Hello, so this is an update on the graphing system, and what I'm going to show you is some of the new features that I built in. Now there is a grid form button that you can see here. It's a checkbox. Allows you to enable or disable to show the system in grid form versus showing a graph. So first thing I'll do is I'll select the date here, and I'll include it on the 19th. And you'll see automatically it shows up graphs. Now each of these items shortly will be clickable, where you can actually click an individual point and then display the information behind that point. For right now, what you can simply do is click on the grid form button here, and I'll just click on the date again just to refresh that. You can see that it shows up now in like a grid form. These targetable buttons is just simply to expand on more information on that given point in time. For example, you can see here there's it's the March 19th, and there's some information here on like number of domains. So if we want to actually see the information, the full information behind that particular time, to basically drill down on what's actually happening at that point, you can click on the targetable link here, and you'll notice that it might take just a moment here to update because there's quite a bit of information to display. I'll tell you what, just to make this a little bit faster, I'm going to pick something that has not so much information behind it. I still have a little bit of debug information being shown up here, but you'll get the point on what this basically this thing consists of. You'll see I have a player down here, and the reason why I have the player is because if you're pulling up records that have to do with recordings, it's going to automatically translate the links on the page. So let's say, for example, it's an MP3, you'll be able to click on a little play button that'll be next to the link, and it'll start to play in the player. You'll be able to browse through the file. You can pick different points. For example, I'll just show you really briefly on this that you can actually navigate through. So let's say if I play a song, it'll load, and then you can actually choose various points during that time to listen. Let's say you want to listen to some audio, you're listening to some recordings of audio. You can click through that there, and the system's fully searchable. You can change the number of links that you wanted, the number of display entries that you want to move through. For example, I just clicked on 50. You can see that there's a next and previous button here, and scroll up. The search fully works. For example, if you want to search any one of those fields for the word info, just type in info, and you can see that it automatically brought up all the rows and any column containing the word info. Let's do something that's a little bit more complex to narrow down our records. Let's do 135. So you can see it's searched here within the domain area, pulled up 135. So that is fully searchable. And what's great about this is it preloads all the information from that time. So let's say, for example, you want to page through. I'll go back down to 10 pages. You can then just page through the results to see everything that occurred during that time frame. Now, just to move backwards, this information here again is from only this one particular row here. So when we looked at the graph, for example, you notice here at this one point, it's at 11,635. Now, if you want to take that and then translate it over into what's actually behind that, you can just click. Actually, I just clicked one that has a huge amount of results. Let's go ahead and close that. Do something a little bit smaller. That's loading over 10,000 records, so it might be good to skip on that particular one. So here we've loaded some records. That was 77 records on that one. And we can move back through. So it gives you a way to see what was actually causing those change in statistics. For example, if you're looking at a call center or whatnot, that will give you the potential to do that.